Hi, and welcome to Chuck's Culture Channel. This time round, I'm going to be talking with Broadway's Emily Skinner, who's going to be at Powell Symphony Hall, which is why you have Powell Hall behind me right here, on October 2nd for a special tribute to Stephen Sondheim done in conjunction with the St. Louis Symphony and the Muny. Now, I reviewed Emily Skinner's show Broadway My Way at the Blue Strawberry here in St. Louis back in 2020, and this is what I had to say about her. The power and flexibility of her voice was more than matched by her respect for and ability to communicate the lyrics of her songs. And just in case you think I was pulling your leg about that, here's just a minute or so from that show.
So I've gotten to a couple of shows at the Muny. The wonderful Muny! I love the Muny so much! Muny magic! And the last thing I did there was The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, which, oh my goodness, so much fun. I scared so many children. It was great! It was great! So I played Ursula. And for those of you who don't know The Little Mermaid, let me give it to you in a brief nutshell synopsis. So there's a little mermaid in the sea, and she's swimming around the sea, and one day she swims up to the top of the sea and spies a handsome prince and falls in love with him. So she swims back down to the bottom of the sea to the evil sea witch Ursula and asks Ursula to give her legs, to grant her legs in a spell so she can go on land and be with her handsome prince. And this song is Ursula's response. I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find it nowadays. I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light, and made the switch. True, yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And now lately, please don't laugh, I use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed, pathetic, poor, unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. Those poor, unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron, crying, spells, Ursula, please, and do I help them? Yes, I do. Now, it's happened once or twice that someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole, I've been a saint to those poor, unfortunate souls.
Okay, so there was Emily Skinner being scary in Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid. And here she is on Zoom with me, not being scary, we hope. Hi, Emily. Welcome to Chuck's Culture Channel.
Hello, I'm glad to be here.
And I'm glad you are here. You're looking good. And I would like to just remind everybody that you're going to be with a veritable cornucopia of singers at Powell Hall on October 2nd in a special Stephen Sondheim tribute done in conjunction with the Muny. So tell us a little bit about what we can expect from that show.
Well, like you just said, it's kind of a cornucopia of riches. Mike Isaacson, who's the artistic director of the Muny, has put it together with Ben Whiteley and the St. Louis Symphony, and it's basically a tribute concert, and it goes through his career. It's going through his career, and it's touching on very early things of his, like Saturday Night.
Oh, okay.
All the way up into I think it goes all the way up through the 80s, this concert.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty broad and wonderful. And if you're a Sondheim fan, you're not going to want to miss this.
Yeah. So we can expect to hear some of the less well-known songs along with the big hits.
I think so. Yeah, which I really like. You'll get all the iconic stuff. You'll definitely get all of that. But
Hmm.
I was very impressed with this set list, how they managed to throw in some things that are sort of arcane and a little
Hmm.
bit less known. And you'll learn a lot about Sondheim and about his process, from what Mike tells me anyway. So.
Yeah. I'm a huge Sondheim fan, so I'm kind of curious. What are some of the less well-known songs that you folks are going to be doing?
Well, we're doing some stuff from Saturday Night, which was the very
Yeah.
first show that he wrote,
Mhm.
which was about young people in Manhattan and Brooklyn, trying to make it in the big city,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm
So
trying
we're
to remember.
following
Is
that story.
is what more do I need from that one?
What more
Uh,
do I need is from that? Yeah,
it's a great song.
yeah. Um, there's some lovely stuff from it. And I think it's maybe it had a revival in New York, I think maybe 20 years ago off
Hmm?
Broadway, but it's rarely done, it's rarely seen, and so I'm thrilled it's being included in this program.
Yeah. Do we have some stuff from Evening Primrose? I have to ask.
Stuff's from Evening Primrose, yes. Not
Okay,
necessarily
great.
the stuff that you think, though. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay. We should explain to folks who might not know Evening Primrose because it was not a stage show, right? It was something that was
Mhm.
done for TV.
Yes, yes. It was done as a TV musical, and it has
Yeah.
some beautiful songs in it. I've never actually seen it. I wonder if it's on
Oh,
YouTube. Might be on YouTube somewhere. Uh,
everything else is on YouTube, so I
I
don't see why
right. It's got to be somewhere.
it wouldn't be. Well, now you have a fairly well-established association with the Muny, don't you?
I do, I guess. Yeah, they keep inviting me back. I feel very lucky. It's one of my favorite places to work in the whole country. Every time I come back from working at the Muny, I feel better about the world. I feel better about the arts. I feel better about theater. It's
Hmm?
kind of a magic place.
So, what is it about that Muny experience that does that for you?
Part of it is the community experience. The
Hmm.
community in St. Louis so embraces the Muny, and that they use the Muny kids and the Muny teens in the production, make it feel like it's like you're really doing, God, almost something Greek in a way, and that you're doing. You go on and say, you think, we're doing an arts catharsis for the community here.
Hmm.
I sort of feel like I didn't have that growing up, and so every time I come to the Muny, I think, boy, I would have to have had this as a kid or a teenager when my head would have exploded. It's so
Yeah.
it's so wonderful, and it's because it's done so quickly. um Everybody is sort of on their like number one game. You have basically
Hmm.
10 days to put this up. So it's done with a great sense of focus, and there's always something incredible when you have hundreds of people focused on the same thing to trying to get the same result. That's an incredible experience.
Yeah.
um and every time I've done it, it's been like that. So I have yet to be let down ever.
They will, I'm sure Mike Isaacson will be very happy to hear you say that.
It's true. He's
Yeah.
tired of me saying it. It's really, really true.
Well,
Yeah.
of course, people who grew up in St. Louis, nearly all of them, or at least an amazing number of them, do have that memory of the Muni experience. I mean, I know I
Yeah.
certainly do. I remember going there as a kid with my parents and sitting up in the free seats, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
watching Bill Abner and things like
Sure.
that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is great. Now people who may not be familiar with your career, I know you've also done well. You did a little. You did um, Sondheim's Follies here at the Rep several years
Yes,
ago.
at the rep. Yeah. Um, I've really been quite blessed. I've done quite a lot of Sondheim in my career.
Hmm.
And I always sort of think if I just keep sticking it out, I'll get to do some more Sondheim. I'll just age my way through all of his shows. you know. Uh, he writes such wonderful stuff. And in particular for women. I just finished doing a little night music this summer.
Yeah, I saw that
And
in your bio.
this was my fourth time doing the show. I'm literally aging my way through through this show. I
You're
played
working your way
Petra
up to Madame
once.
Armfelt, right?
I'm 5 minutes away next year. Uh, I played Petra once, I played Charlotte twice. I did a little bit of Desiree and Hal Prince's show, Prince of Broadway. And then I played Desiree for real in this production. And it's so incredible to sort of look at a piece and go, every time I get to sit inside this piece, I revel at how masterfully crafted it is. It's just it's such a perfect gem, you know. As an actor, you have to do very little except stand there and deliver it. You don't have
Yeah.
to make it better. You don't have to work. It's unmatched.
Yeah, a friend of mine who's a director who has done a lot of Shakespeare, he's directed me in a couple of shows,
Mhm.
once said that the way you do Shakespeare is just don't get in his way.
There it is. There
You
you
just-
just there it is. There it is.
if you
I
do that,
I
it'll
really
work
think
fine.
the same thing can be said for Sondheim. Don't embellish it. Leave it alone. Just do it. He's done all the work for you.
Hmm.
It's he thinks like an actor. He thinks like
Yes.
a director. It's incredible. It's
Now,
incredible.
since you mentioned Little Night Music, this is a perfect time for us to do a quick break and listen to a little bit of you singing "Send in the Clowns" from your appearance here at the Blue Strawberry in 2020. So we're gonna break right now and listen to a little bit of that.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps staring around, one who can't move. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my lines, no one is there.
Okay, Emily Skinner from the Blue Strawberry back in 2020 with "Send in the Clowns" by Stephen Sondheim, who, as I say, is the person that's being honored at Powell Hall on the 2nd of October in a special concert, joint concert with the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra and the Muny. Now, we don't want to let people think you're the only singer on stage because there will be a total of, I think, a half dozen of you, right?
Yes, it
Okay.
is a cast of amazing people. Ken Page is in it, the
Mm-hmm.
amazing St. Louis icon Ken
Here we
Page,
go.
who I love so much. Um, let's see, Ben
I'm
Davis is
looking.
in it, who was just there
Yeah.
doing Sweeney Todd this summer, who's
Oh.
incredible. Um, let's see, Elizabeth Stanley is there. I don't know
Yeah.
if she's worked at the before, but she's absolutely incredible. Two friends of mine, Matt Scott and Brianna Marie Parham, who I've worked with before, are also rounding out the cast, and they're phenomenal vocalists. Honest to God, I don't know how I got in that mix, because these people blow me out of the water.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I said some pretty good things about you when I reviewed you in 2020. I thought it was. I don't think I could complain about your singing at all. So,
Well, thank you, thank you.
yeah,
Wait till you see these books. My God.
yeah. It is an impressive cast, and Ben Whiteley is going to be conducting. He
Yes.
has, as we were talking before I started the recording, he has a fair amount of experience with the Muny. In fact, he was conducting the last Muny SLSO joint venture in 2018. That was the Muny 100th birthday tribute. So he's no stranger to this either. Not
No,
his first
he's
rodeo.
not. He's
But
not.
it's
He's
so
gonna
it sounds
knock you
like
out on
you've
the
worked.
podium, I'm telling you.
It sounds like you've worked with a lot of these people in the past. Then this is kind of like a reunion kind of thing in a way.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have fun. It's a fun group. We'll probably all stand in the wings and clap for each other, because we're all admirers of each other, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been in
Oh, I'm
shows
trying
where
to
we
think.
do that.
Brianna was the Mother Abbess, not this summer, but the summer before in Sound of Music.
Okay,
It's funny. I think most of these people most of these people have played at the Muny before.
I
Yeah,
think that's the point. Yeah, I'm sure you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And it's going to be hosted by Mike Isaacson. So uh,
Yes.
yeah, so you folks, you won't want to miss it. I have all the information about this show on October 2nd right down here in the video description field. So, you don't have to be taking notes while we're talking. It's all right there with the links. Listen, Emily Skinner, is there anything you want to say in closing here? I think we've touched all the main stuff.
Gosh, I think I just want to say, come, please come. It'll be an afternoon you will remember, and you'll walk out feeling better about the world, as happens when you sit and listen to a lot of Sondheim.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. For people who, of course, are seeing this after October 2nd, 2022, where are you off to next? What are your next projects?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm about to do a lab of a new show at Lincoln Center.
Ah,
And then in the spring, I start rehearsals in January for a new Broadway musical.
oh,
I'm not allowed to say the name of it though, because I'm still in
okay.
negotiations, but you'll see me on Broadway as of February 2023 in a new musical.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
And I assume you have a website, so I'll have a link to that here as well,
Yes, yes.
so people can see what you're up to. Great. Emily Skinner, thanks so much for taking some time from your busy schedule to talk to me today. Great luck with that concert. I will definitely be there. As I said before off camera, I am a huge Sondheim fan, so I'm looking forward to this myself.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. And everybody else, thanks for watching Chuck's Culture Channel. Tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. Bye.